forward. All right, let's take a seat. February, love month. We're going to start with hands on the heart here. Breathing in and breathing out. That deep Ujjayi breath. So I've been reviewing that with each of my classes this week. So we can get a sense of the victory breath, Ujjayi breath, and have that be one of the staples in our practice. So when you're going through each transition from one posture to the other, we're doing that with the breath. I mean, always, but just making an extra conscious effort today to be sure we're doing that. So Ujjayi breath, bring the hands to the knees. It looks like this. It's a Darth Vader breath, or maybe an ocean sound. If you place your finger here on the divot between your clavicle and take a breath in like you're gasping in surprise, like you'll feel the throat muscles draw the breath in, a cooling sensation in the back of the throat, and the throat is actually drawing the breath in. And then when you exhale, it's like whispering awe. Still a little engagement in the throat muscles. When you do it through the nose, that same action is encouraged, right? So the you want to use the same muscles, but with the mouth closed. So there might be a little ocean sound that you hear, but others in the room probably won't hear. Inhaling, let's practice it. And exhaling, deep diaphragmatic breath. So as we breathe in, the whole diaphragm can expand. It pushes down, the ribs and lungs open up, all 360 away. And then when you exhale, just kind of push that breath out by contracting the belly, softening the diaphragm and letting the air go out of the lungs, pushing it. Inhale and exhale. Place your hands on your rib. You can probably feel the expansion back here with your thumb on the back side of the rib and your finger on the front side of the rib. You should be feeling the whole expansion through the rib cage. That energy going, and we'll move from side to side. Heart openers today. We're reaching and getting the side body long and tall. Call this opening to grace. Wave side to side. Inhale. Exhaling. Ujjayi breath, victory breath. Bring the hands together in Hakini Mudra, where the fingers are just touching at the points, and then we're making a sphere. Just for clarity, let's draw that sphere up overhead. The energy and power of love. We call this the power sphere or the sphere of love. Hakini Mudra. May a clear sense of vision of who you are, your own divinity, and when you are in that space, it's much easier to facilitate the gift of love from letting it flow from your heart to others. Awesome. And then bring hands back down to the knees. Take it in a circle motion, one direction and then the opposite direction. And dive forward. Flexion and extension. Inhale and exhale. We'll come onto the hands and knees. And we have a tiger paw or claw to the earth. Tiger, it's also the year of the tiger. We have this quality of the new year starting. This is the Chinese New Year. And in the Chinese New Year, there are different animals that present themselves. This is the year of the tiger and water. There's always an element that's associated with that. So we'll take on the quality of water in our movement and fierceness, or tiger energy in the earth. And the toes under, lift into a hat, down dog, or I'm going to call frog dog or tiger paw dog, and just move forward and back, keeping the knees bent, pulling it through the shoulder. Some mobility. Just the heels to the floor. Roll downward facing dog. Shift the hips side to side. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Hands back towards your feet. Take a deep breath in. Functional forward fold. The hips moving back. Again, getting really long in the side body. So just stretch from hips. Rib to armpit all the way out to the fingertips in front. And scooting forward with the hips move back. You can take as deep a bend as you'd like, or even place the hands on the block. Make that happen. And slide the hands. The front side of the shin, inhale. Reflection, exhale. Bring it down in extension. Inhale, flexion. Exhale, rolling down. One more time. Exhale. Just standing, see the palms together overhead. Interlace the fingers and press the palms to the sky. So it's turning the elbow out, palms upwards, and stretching through the shoulder. Over to the left side, inhale back to center. Inhale center. Exhale left. Again, inhale center. And exhale to the right. And release the hands. Circle through the wrist, elbow, shoulder. And you take just a slight movement with the feet apart, like just an inch or two. Hands to the base of the spine. So fingers can be up, down, or sideways. But we'll place the thumb on the sacrum at any rate, or the palm of the hand here. So as you're moving into a back bend, I'm just going to get a little bit closer so we see this. I think last month we really talked about pulling up through the pelvic floor and keeping the low back safe. We're going to drop the tailbone, take the hips forward slightly, but pause and then lift the heart upward. So we get more space in the low back, and some people will move a little faster, right, and have the flexibility in their low back. And sometimes if we go into the low back, we pinch it. So take it into the upper back. Draw the clavicles wide and apart. So right here, we're really looking at keeping the sternum up towards the sky, especially as we move through these back bends. Take one more breath. And as you come forward, contract the front body and exhale back to the center. Take the arms wide overhead. Inhale, exhale. And forward fold. This with deep bend in the knees. So we're going to bring the spine to neutral, reaching forward through the fingertips and back through the hips. And then plant the hands, keep the chest on the thigh here, and shoot the hips up as far as they'll go, and still maintain access or contact with the thigh. Inhale, bend, straighten the spine, extension. Exhale, drop the head, lift the hips. Inhale, bend, and exhale, over. Straighten the legs. Inhale to a flat back, hands to the waist. Exhale, elbows to the sky. Press down. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And just take a nice hop to the side. Utkatada. Utkatada. Konasana or goddess pose. Arms out. Just take a little shimmy side to side. Let's go over to the left. The elbow to the thigh. Inhale back to center. Over to the right. Inhale center and over to the left again. Center, float to the right. And then pause here, hold steady, and just reach the ribs side to side. So we're moving from the obliques, pulling one way, pulling the other way. Reach, reach, the arms extending out from the heart, and then take the hands behind the base of the spine, interlace the fingers, knuckles to the floor, turn the feet parallel, and raise the heart upward. Inhale. Exhale, take a full forward fold. The arms come up behind the head. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let the shoulders drop towards the ears, but pull them down the back. So we're reaching up to the sky with making a fist with the fingers together. And drop the hands all the way to the earth. Inhale to the flat back. Exhale, root down through the left hand. We'll bring the right fingertips to the shoulder here. So we use that to just open up, elbow to the sky in a little twist. And then exhale, drop the elbow towards the floor. Inhale, open, shoulder, elbow, chest, clavicle. Exhale, drop. Inhale, last time, open. Keep that revolution, shoulder blades on the block. And then you can extend the arm. Maybe look to the sky if that's comfortable for you, or possibly look at the floor. Whichever one is best suitable for your neck. One more deep breath in, Ujjayi breath, exhaling. And release right hand to the floor. And we'll pick it up on the left side. Fingers to the shoulder. Inhale, open. Exhale, drop the elbow down. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow drops towards the floor. Inhale, open. And hold. Extend the arms. So we have a plumb line from the right hand all the way up to the left hand. Possibly 6 and 12 o'clock or something close to that. Wide angle, forward fold with a twist. Exhale, let's bring the left hand back down to the floor again. Inhale, turn the toes out, bending your right knee. Take a low tiger squat or tiger pounce action. We're going to lift the left toes to the sky, dig the heel in. A lot of action, activity, heel drawing towards center line, opening the inner channel of the leg. Let's come back to center, inhale, and take it up and over. Left. So I'm using my elbow to slightly open the knee. Then what we'll do is take the left hand to the left foot, keep it there, draw the right hand to the right foot, and then bend and straighten. Stay on the same side, so the right leg is bending and straightening. And if you'd like to turn the toes up, you can, or keep the toes to the earth. And then take it to the other side. Right hand and left hand intact. And the left knee, keep it close to the earth. This might be helpful if the reach isn't quite there, to bring your blocks in front of the feet. So now you're a little bit higher, managing that just a little bit better. And then we'll take it side to side, coming up just a little bit. Inhale, center, exhale, side. Inhale, center, exhale, float side. Center and side. Back to center, take a full forward fold. Inhale, extend the spine, exhale, bend the elbows and bring your forehead to the diamond shape that you've just made with your thumb and finger. Possibly on a block if it's the head's not reaching the floor. You can hear. Let your feet all the way to the ground. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, extension, walk it over to the left side. We'll take a downward facing dog, bringing the feet together. Yay. And pressing the heel to the earth, stretching out the calf. You can walk the dog here. Inhale. Exhale, press and hold. Inhale, switch. Exhale, press and hold. Deep Ujjayi breath. And both knees, and let's bring them to the floor. So you're on hands and knees. Stretch the right leg back. Some pulse action forward and back. With the toe and heel are behind for time. And we're pressing the heel back. The toe says, no, I'm going back. Back and forth. It gives us some pulse action. And then take the right leg hip height on the inhale. And on the exhale, bring the knee in towards the forehead. Inhale, extension, exhale, contraction. With the left arm coming forward, inhale, extend. Both the leg and the arm, exhale, and the elbow to the knee. Inhale here, and exhale, contract. Inhale, hold, bend the back knee. So you're gonna curl. We're going to try to keep the heel as high as possible and hugging in, so hamstring is really working. And then you'll take the left arm open like a rainbow. Try to keep your hip straight. It might dip a little bit. Reach behind, possibly clasping the foot. Once you find it, push the foot to the sky, realign the hips. So left and right are evenly spaced from the floor, and we're not pushing into the left hip. Full breath in, full breath out. Remember to tiger claw the earth with your right finger pads and release forward and back. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hand to your foot. Kickstand, and let's go to the right side. Big circle with the right arm. Side plank. Inhale, up and over. Exhale. One more. Raise the back leg, bend the knee, clasp the foot, and we'll take another bow. Same hand to foot this time. Full breath in, full breath out. It was really good to expand the belly, expand the side body. Keep that little tone to the pelvic floor, and especially firm the low belly. So we're not hyperextending the back, the low back especially. Let's release. And then bring it all the way back down to the earth. Take a downward facing dog. In a little tiger pounce, we'll make a circle motion with the hips. We're going around like a Ferris wheel. Wellness folks, and then reverse the action. Wave-like action through the hips. We'll take it forward into a plank. And instead of the chaturanga, we're just going to lower the hips, toes, and then pull the shoulders back with a slight bend in the elbow and pull the heart through. Then lift the heart back up, turn the toes under, downward facing dog. Let's try that again. So the heart is making the swing forward. And as it comes forward, gliding forward, notice what the heart's doing. It's lifted. We're going to pull it through and make a J shape. Good. Moves in front of the shoulder. You can see that just barely. You bend the elbows more, you can pull the shoulder back more. and then back into downward facing dog. Make sure your low back is out of harm's way. We'll try one more time. And you can take it lower to the earth if that feels better on your low back. So it could be right here. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Knees to the earth. Extend right knee to the earth, left leg extends out. We'll take that pose action on the other side. Possibly a little circle. And then raise the left leg, hip height, inhale. Exhale, bring the knee in towards the forehead. Inhale, extension. Exhale, flexion, this time with the right arm extending. And we're going in uneven balance. And then elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, right arm forward, left leg back. Exhale, we bring them together, elbow and knee. Inhale, extend, exhale, got in. Extend, pull up through the belly, hamstring curl the back leg and lift the foot high. We're going to turn, make this rainbow arm to open up the shoulder. So instead of reaching behind like this and then trying to correct the shoulder, we're putting it in a position where it's already open. We're already reaching back for the foot, if that's a possibility. So see what you can do there, and then push the foot into the hand. Just a little different way of getting into it. Maybe you're already doing that, but I want to present it. One more deep breath. Make sure you're not sinking into the right hip, but lifting up out of it. Hips are even. And then release leg and arm. Reaching forward and back. Tap the earth with the hand and the foot, and then kickstand your right leg so we can turn the opposite direction. Now and circle with your left arm coming up and over. Good tiger claw to the earth. Your right hand. Inhale, big circle, exhale around. Lift the leg, bend, and reach behind, clasping the foot, and open up the heart and chest. This gives a really nice stretch to the front side, especially the left shoulder. The right shoulder blade hugging onto the back as well, without poking the ribs out. So pull the ribs in a little bit. Full breath in, full breath out. And then release. Exhale, both hands and the knee to the floor. And we'll take another downward facing dog. Inhale to the top of the push-up, and this time we'll take the knees to the floor and actually do chaturanga. Into low cobra or an upward facing dog, your choice. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in, come up high onto the balls of the feet. Exhale all the air out with a little bend. Tiger. Jump forward, pounce. Landing lightly. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way standing. And palms together and exhale, hands to heart. We're going to take a big giant step back with the right foot again, coming into Utkatada. Utkatada, Konasana. I mess that up every time. So again, goddess pose. We're going to claw the air. So we're just making this gripping motion with the fingers. So you can feel your forearms fire up a bit. And our deep bend, goddess pose. And then take the arms down, inhale. Open out to the side and reach side to side. Take it a little bit lower, arms overhead. Hakini mudra. And then lower the hips. Just one more time, raising the left heel, exhale lower, right heel pressing. The ball of the foot, exhale lower. Inhale left, exhale lower. Try to keep the hips as low as you can, then raise both heels without lifting the hips at all. In fact, take the hips a little bit lower. You can see the thighs almost parallel. And then release the heels to the floor, stretch it all the way up, shake the hips out, and release the arms. We'll take a circle, inhale, overhead, exhale, in the mouth, inhale, overhead, exhale. Two more. Last one. Clear the cobwebs out of the head. Let's come back into goddess. And take lion's breath. So it'll be an inhale as you curl forearms together. And exhale, you open the heart and take the tongue out. So. Two more. One more. And release it. Hands to the thigh. Drop left shoulder in. Press against the thigh. Lengthen. And come back to center. Switch to the other side. And so we get back to center. Hands to the waist. Feet parallel and hop the feet together, come to the top of your mat. And we'll just take a sun salutation. Reaching up to the sky, exhale, forward fold. Reach the right leg back. This will be a classic, and then we'll take the arms up to the sky. So keeping your back heel elevated, left leg's forward. We'll be starting on the lefties today, and then opening a twist to the left side. I'm just going to reach the left arm back and the right arm forward. We're going in two directions. That solid energy and anchored through the legs as well. So your heels pressing back, the shins moving forward. And once you have that solidness, we're going to wrap the left arm around the waist and then drop it if you can down towards the hamstring. Raise the right arm upward. Really send your heel towards energy towards the back wall. Bend the elbow. So the hand is behind the head, right hand on head, left hand to right back thigh, and press the two away from each other. Really stretch it open. Elbow to the sky, and it's a hard position to hold. Release, coming back to center. Keep the right hand to the floor. Spinal twist. Left arm to the sky. We're going to bring the arm all the way around. And then loop the right elbow against the thigh. If you'd like the clasp, the right hand comes underneath the left. And that ends up in a bind. Really intense bind. We're going into the twist. Single lunge with the bind. And then release both hands to the floor. Put all the way back, chaturanga here. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale back into downward facing dog. And because we started with the right, we're going to take the right leg up to the sky and step it all the way through. Push off with your back foot and step it forward to meet at the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Full extension through the spine. Make sure the neck is long. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, let's come all the way to standing. Pressing through the floor. Your eyes up, palms together, heart center. Full breath in. Exhale the arms down to your side. Inhale, sweeping motion upward. Exhale, forward fold. This time step your left leg back. Give the right leg forward. Inhale into full crescent. Open. Exhale into a twist. You're twisting to the right, which is an awkward twist. We're doing our best to take the ribs and the waist from left to right as we anchor down through the feet. Yes. Give it a little shimmy right here. And then take your back hand, wrap it all the way around, so that's for your right hand, wrapping around to your left waist. And then I like to follow the leg, side of the leg down until I can reach the hamstring. Lift the left arm up, bend at the elbow, and then press the heel and the elbow away from each other. This is opening the chest, opening the heart. Shoulder on the right side is opening. Do your best. One more breath. Exhale, release. Take the left hand to the floor, right arm to the sky. And we'll take the right arm behind the left hip, left elbow against the right thigh. You can keep it right here and just press to create a deeper twist. Or if you'd like, if your shoulder likes this and you need to ask and see if that's available, you reach one hand under, and it's actually over under, and the other one around the waist and catching. Also done with a strap. One more breath. Release. Let's bring it all the way back to center. Step back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. That's not easy. There's a lot of muscle movement there, muscle memory. The fashion might be fighting you a little bit on some of those poses. Just do your best. Left leg lifts to the sky. Inhale. Step all the way through. Push off at the back foot and come forward. Inhale, flip. Exhale, fold in. And let's come all the way to standing. Anytime. Your palms together. Hands to your heart center. Full breath in, release on the exhale. And sweep the arms overhead. Forward fold. Right leg steps back. We'll spin the heel to the earth and come into a side angle. With the right arm coming up and over. This is where we're going to end up in a moment again. Inhale, reverse the warrior. So we keep the legs at the same tone. Knee bent. Exhale, touch the earth, side angle. Inhale, reverse again. And exhale, touch the earth. And the right arm up. We're going to circle around to the back pocket. This is a bind on a side angle. So you can just keep your hand here on the inner thigh and press down, or reach. Take the torso forward slightly, reach the hand to hand, and then open in a side position. Full breath in, full breath out. And release to the earth, unwind, straighten the leg, and come right into triangle. Full breath in, full breath out. Remember our Ujjayi breath. So the open rib on the right side is the one that's really inflating. We'll take the right hand to the waist and shift the weight forward into Ardha Chandrasana, Shavasana, which would be sugar cane. So bend the top knee if you like. You can clasp the foot. You draw the heel into the glute. That's going to be more of a quad stretch. If you push the foot away from the hip, that's going to be more opening for the shoulder, a little more challenge on your balance. Keep hugging the center line, press through the inner ball and heel of your standing leg so you don't topple. And when you topple, come right back in it. Release. We're going to twist it. So the right hand comes to the earth. We're going to keep the right leg elevated and just shift your block so the right hand is on top. And keep your right leg in the same plane as the hip, and then open You take your chicken wing and then extend from the elbow in a twisting Ardha Chandrasana. Whew, right leg elevates. Full breath in, full breath out. You can do it. One more. And then bring the hands to the earth. Step it all the way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Extend the right leg. Now we're going to do something interesting here. Take your downward facing dog just a little bit tighter. So we'll raise the right leg, bend the knee, open the hip. And then we're going to balance on just the right hand, left foot. So turn your left toes out just slightly. So there's more surface area touching across the mat, like a little more diagonally. Then push into the earth with your right hand to square the shoulder. Bring your left hand mid-mat and possibly lift the hand. Just my hands off the earth. I'm just balancing on one foot, one hand. And if you want to reach back and take a hold of the foot, that's an option. Once you have a hold of the foot, then you're going to bow hold. Open the shoulder and you're creating a circle. Circle downward facing dog. So three-legged, it's actually two-legged. And release, step the right leg all the way to the top of the mat. Push off with the back foot. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. And inhale, come all the way to standing. Ooh. And palms together at your heart center. And to the little shoulder roll. One last side. Exhale, hands stiff. Drop to the side. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward fold. On the right, left leg steps back. So I'll have my back to you for a little bit of this. Coming into side angle. This is where we start. Forearm to the thigh. You can always come to this position. So you extend the left arm and come up into reverse warrior. Drop down through the shin. Inhale back into side angle. Touching the floor or bringing the elbow to the thigh. Inhale, reverse. And again, with the bind, top the earth, left hand comes all the way around into your back pocket. Shift or bow forward like I'm going into a humble warrior so I can reach through, clasp the hand around the wrist or hands together here, and then pull it back up. That side plank, full breath in, full breath out. Unwrap the arm, touch the earth or a block, and straighten the front leg. Extend the left arm to the sky, triangle pose. Should be a little bit of a break. One breath. Take your block with you. Half moon to the waist. Keep the weight onto the right leg. And remember, your block is a torso's length away. There should be a good 1.5 to 2 feet between your block and your foot. When you raise the left leg, about hip height, maybe an inch or so higher, and then you rotate through the chest so the whole heart is facing the side wall. The hips are facing the side wall, and then if you'd like to take it into sugar cane, we'll bend the knee, clasp the hand to foot. A nice stretch for the quad, or possibly open the shoulder a little more. And when you drop out, drop back in. You're going to twist it, revolve it. We'll come and place the left hand now on the block, keeping your left leg elevated. This is the harder part because we're going to rotate. Put your chicken wing up, elbow, rotating the torso, just like we did earlier, and then extend the arm and lift the leg. Seemingly going in opposition to each other, because they are. Full breath in, full breath out. You're doing it. Exhale, both hands to the floor, step all the way back. Bringing the feet together, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. A little bit of a break here. I'm going to take a tighter downward dog. So I'm just inching my hands slightly closer to my feet, not a whole lot. And then I'm going to turn the feet out so my heels are more together than my toes. Keep my right foot on the ground, left foot lifts, bend the knee, and you can stay here. If you want to flip the dog, you can, but I would not. I would come up high on the ball of the foot to do that, and then turn to the belay. That's a whole different move. What we're doing is a two-legged down dog. So the left arm really presses into the earth. Right hand comes mid-mile. Anchor the arm bone into the shoulder socket on the left side. Really powerfully claw the earth. And then you're free to fly. Right hand opens up, possibly touching the left foot. Then kicking into the hand into the foot, foot into the hand. And that's it. Full breath in, full breath out. And then release, step the left leg all the way through. In a low lunge, push off with the back foot. Inhale, half lifts. Oh, so much energy to do that. I get it. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, let's come all the way to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart. Your shoulder roll. Let's drop the whole torso forward. Hands to the floor, and then step back and come to a kneeling pose. Keep the toes turned under, shift your hips back. So you're in a screaming toe. And we're seated, Madrasana style, with the modification of the feet, toes turned under. And we'll take the power sphere again, where the elements of the thumb, fire, pointer finger, air, middle finger, space, earth, and water are touching. And let's take that crown overhead, that power ball of love overhead. Pull the ribs in. Pull breath in. Pull breath out. Releasing right hand to the floor. And take it into a side stretch. Release some of the pressure on the left and put it on the right foot. And then take it over to the other side. Inhale, center both hands to the floor. Release the toes and cut them out. Press it back in full Madrasana style. We're going to place the hands, palms up, thumb and pointer finger together in Chin Mudra, for the feel of consciousness with a powerful fire breath. The exhale is forcing the breath out. The inhale is just simply happening on its own. So it's like this. All the air out. Pause. Pull up the pelvic floor, press through the shins. Inhale. Keep the arms overhead. Interlace the fingers and press the palms upward. Hold the breath in. And exhale, release. On off of the heels onto the knees. We'll do that one more time. If you're comfortable on the heels, go ahead and do that. If you'd rather have a block between the ankles or a blanket or something that supports your hips a little higher and releases the knee, if there's any compression there in the knee, probably not good to hold the compression if it's uncomfortable. So we'll just come here again. So with consciousness, thumb and Pointer finger together. Other fingers extended. Inhale. And begin. Exhale all the air out. Full. Mula Bandha. Inhale, keeping Mula Bandha. Bring the arms overhead. Hook the thumbs. Hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath. Release the chin. And take the breath in as you lower the arms back down to the earth, shoulder roll. You come into a seated posture here. Legs extending. You're going to come back onto your back. Let's keep a block handy. If you've got a strap or something similar, like a shirt, something that's not too stretchy, you have a strap here. You use it in you're going to bridge. Anything really household will work. A towel, something that's not stretchy, but that just firm. I'm gonna lie back. And when we're in bridge, the idea is to create space, not only underneath the hip, right? Because we can do that. If we lift the hip only, and then we let the heart sink, right? And round the shoulders, I'm getting the hips up, but I'm really not making a bridge at all. So the shoulder, back of the shoulder, like Velcro, is pushing into the floor. See if you can create a Velcro effect there. And then lift the sternum up towards the chin. Make sure the chin is even with the nose. So, or slightly above. So we've got space underneath the cervical spine. Your shoulders are Velcro to the mat. Elbows can indeed help. And then push straight down to the feet. Now we're making that full bridge. That spaciousness. It starts at the heart and then, or I guess here, and then it runs into the heart. And then lower back down. And we'll take it now with the strap. So you'll place the strap in front of the shin. If you don't have a strap, you could grab your ankles or place the fingertips underneath the heel as you come up. So I'm going to take a hold of the strap and I'm going to cinch it up pretty good. So my feet are pretty close to my hip. I'm pulling back as the shins move forward and the feet push down. Velcro the shoulders into the floor, then hug the inner thighs. Oh, that's a really nice support. Take your bridge and just lift higher. Pull the shins forward, heels back. And shoulders bright, open, clavicle expanding from the center. And then release back down to the earth. Now, without the strap, we'll take a hold of, we'll interlace the fingers underneath the hips. So the hands are going to stay planted. Now, if this is intense and the hands are not planted here, release the hands and repeat what we did earlier. Okay, so I'm just going to show you something different. I'm unlacing my pinky finger, so I have a little more space. I'm going to walk my feet over to the right and then just lower the hip so I get more open through the left shoulder. Left shoulder, or right shoulder actually is opening more. Keep the left shoulder down. And then bring the hips back up. Remember, the shoulders have to be all the way down like Velcro to do this. So if it's not working for you, keep the strap around the ankle and repeat what we did earlier. I'm walking over to the left. I'm going to drop the hips onto the forearm. And that's, so I'm putting pressure on the forearm that's underneath me. I'm actually keeping the Velcro tight to the earth and opening that shoulder even more. And then lift it and come back to center. Release the hands and lower the hip. We have a nice opening through the heart and chest. If you'd like to do a wheel, you're certainly welcome to do that. We're pretty available. We've opened the front body quite a bit. Side bodies are long. We've done a lot of twisting. So this action could be fairly easy. And because it's so late at night, if you do go up in wheel, I recommend just staying for a breath or two, not holding it for a long time. So start in bridge, the hands come up as a platter. And as you place the thumb closer to your shoulder and the fingers out, maybe even off the mat, you can drop that shoulder and Velcro it back into the earth. As you press into the earth, shoulder blades are coming on the back, maybe to the top of the head. Here, we adjust the hand and press all the way up if you'd like. But an option does not have to be there. You could do this against the wall. I'm not workshopping it today. I'm just making it available. And then we'll come back down after a few breaths. Press one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So back bends can be quite exciting for the body, accelerating, and in that accelerating energy sometimes has a hard time calming down, especially this late at night. So we're just doing one of those. I do like to work on back bends, and I think it's a good opportunity to really open the heart in our February class. Let's take the left leg, anchor it to the earth, and bring your right knee in. And gently move the knee towards your shoulder. Unfurl then at the knee, so you're in a half happy baby. The left leg is going to bend as well, like you're in a running position upside down. You're just going to draw the right knee towards the earth and keep the left heel anchored. And roll your head side to side. Make sure the neck is relaxed. With a strap around your right foot, because we have the strap available. Press it to the sky. And then draw the shin towards your forehead. You can use the hands around the sole of the foot. Your choice if you'd like to anchor the thigh bone to the earth. That's an option as well. And we'll take the right leg out to the side. You can use the strap or just pedestal hold or your grip on the toe. So many ways to do this. The opportunity is for you to choose what's best for you today. Bend the knee and cross your right ankle right over the left thigh. So the left thigh comes in, and we'll stretch the hip a little bit right here. Oh, that's good. Eye of the needle. And bring your left foot to the floor. Drop the knees over to your left side. Making sure you're supported or have grounding underneath you. Roll the head again side to side. And bring it back to center. Let's switch. We'll anchor the right heel, or leg all the way to the earth. The left knee comes in. Full Ujjayi breath. And we're drawing the breath in through the nose with the muscles of the throat. Exhaling as you're whispering ah with the mouth closed. Extend the foot into a happy baby. And then bend your right knee as if both are making a pinwheel for a running cartoon upside down character. Using a strap or the sole, or the hands on the sole of the foot, extend the leg and bring the shin towards the chin, the forehead. And gently out to the side, again with the strap. If you have a strap around the foot, hold the strap as tightly as you can in this direction with your left hand. And then we'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh. So we'll need to bend the right knee. Make that cross and draw the knee in. I'm threading the arm through the triangle. And get that nice deep hip stretch. Full breath in, full breath out. If your shoulders unvelcroed from the earth and they're hunched, just relax them back down. We don't have to press them, but just relax. Relax the head, neck, and shoulder and the jaw. And as you bring the right foot to the floor, shift it slightly to the left, and then you're ready to twist and aim the foot to the floor or block for support and take the arms out. Well, block would look like this. Block underneath the foot or underneath the knee or ankle. And bring it back to center. Let's take it into Shavasana. Anchor your heels into the corner pocket. The head relaxes, palms open. Release the arms, torso, head, from the head to toe, toe to head. Relax. Deep breath in. Let it all out with a sigh. Making sure to release any tension. Let go. And with the eyes gently closed, let the torso rest fully and completely for a couple more minutes here. Just making sure you have some comfortability. Maybe a blanket, pillow bolster underneath the knees. You want to elicit the relaxation response as we're in Shavasana. May we remember this February, Valentine's month of love, that love is all we need. Love is all there is. All we need is love. All there is love. Take a deep breath from the heart, expanding outward. Exhaling into the extremities, fingers, toes. Create some little movement through the wrists and ankles. And roll onto your side. In a side lying position, Acknowledge yourself, your strengths, your commitment to be here now. And simply rise up and bring the hands together at heart center and open into Padma lotus, compassionate flowering lotus flower that comes up out of the muddy water. May we be as the lotus at home in the muddy water, as my good friend and mentor, Tudor Foster, would say. Putting the palms together. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Great. Trust, honor, respect. I honor my heart, my inner teacher. Namaste.